on their return trip to the capital due to a light push from their de facto leader, technically, Forte. As they head back to Ebenford, they have to cross through the area of odd forest that appeared once again. During this time, Affy gave birth, technically, to a bunch of wasps that nearly killed him.
I'm a mother now.
You're a guy.
I'm a mother. I gave birth, therefore I'm a mother.
Okay. The party ran into a number of spiders and bees, and after fighting off some and fleeing from others, they ran into a very mysterious fellow who was quite friendly, but they quickly found quite terrifying as well, as Galthok believes him to be one of the entities that they were told specifically to try and avoid. After a bit of conversation and some tomfuckery, the party departed from the strange satyr man, what is my name, and headed back to the end of the forest. Getting there, they marked where the exact border between the forest and snow, or jungle and snow were, and proceeded on their way. As you guys head, leaving the strange jungle and the man, satyr, behind, what would you all like to do?
And for the last goddamn time, I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah. I am, not doing so hot. I got fucked up multiple times in a row, consecutively.
I look over to Affy. I'm just like, how are you feeling, pal? Feel like there's anything crawling in your skin?
I feel fantastic for it. I feel I've never felt better in my entire life. I feel like shit, my guy.
You'll walk it off.
Will I now? I just gave birth. I just became a mother. Forte, you don't just walk off motherhood.
I look over to Galthok and Vesrin. You ready to continue on the road?
If y'all don't mind,
Do you believe
I'm going
so?
to lie down in the space
Yes.
and go to sleep.
I see that we marked the spot, so we need to check that whether or not it grows from here, or if it's expanding or not. Let's keep that in mind. I took one of my bolts, one of my cross bolts, and I put it into the ground at the edge where it transitioned from the swamp to the plains.
You did in fact do that.
Okay.
So I told him exactly what I was doing. Also, feeling kind of drained though. Mind if I try to get some sleep?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
I might have to get more shut-eye too, because I'm not doing well right now and have to heal up.
Go right ahead. Vesrin, you feeling good?
I can take a lick it and keep on ticking. I'm pretty good.
All right, let's get going then.
So, as you guys continue on, Vesrin continuing to guide the horse, and the rest of your party, aside from Forte, sleeping. I need anyone that is still awake to make a perception check. Okay. Continuing on for a while, the sun begins to set, and you don't notice anything odd. Howling of wind, the storm, the snow, beginning to pick up some, but not too terribly. It's almost refreshing after your odd experience in the swamp. That being said, doesn't seem like anything threatening is coming around, at least not yet. Are either of you resting at all? Are you taking shifts as the rest of your party rests?
I'm feeling pretty good. I can take turns if you need veteran.
I would like to get some sleep to replenish my natural energies, but
No problem. Just leave me a good word with the horse.
sure. I will pat the horse and kind of notion that I'm handing it over to Forte for a bit.
Okay. The horse kind of nods and continues on.
Do I know roughly how long until we get to the capital?
So the entirety of the trip should be about 3 days, and you've already been traveling for about a day and a half. But with the jungle going on, things have been kind of confusing.
Right. And none of this looks familiar to me.
A lot of the road looks, well, like road. So
At least we're on the road.
it's kind of... make a survival check. You don't really recognize the area too well between the snow and the fact that a lot of areas just look exactly the same.
Okay, at least we're on the road.
Indeed you are.
So I was sleeping for a couple of hours prior to our encounter previously. So can I say roughly another 4 hours for me to get the full rest in?
I would say about, yeah.
Okay.
So, you continue for 4 hours before eventually JJ awakens.
Thank God. I've been half dead since we went through that weird ass space. Feels so much better now.
Oh, good morning.
Is it morning as I look out the cart?
It is.
As I just let out a big yawn. Because I've been driving all night.
All right, buddy. How about I take the reins? Go into the back and get some sleep.
Nah. You don't have clearance to enter. Oh, it has to be me or one of the others.
Are we close to reaching our spot yet?
I'll be real
Yep.
with you.
Probably at least about a day away.
I'll be real with you. I have no clue. I think we're about a day away.
So means you have a day to sleep. So get the hell in the back.
Unless we run into anyone, as a yawn again. Unless we run into any patrols or anything like that. I'll wait for Vesperin or Galflick to wake up. They have the identification to pass. I don't have my official stamp on me, so I can't write you a note. But we should figure out what we're gonna do when we get back. Unless you want
So
the
just to confirm, I do see the sun out, right? Doc?
I'm sorry, I cut out a little bit there. What was that?
The sun is up, yes?
Yes, it seems to be decently early in the morning now.
Forte, how about pulling us over? The rest of the party should start waking up soon, so we can prep a small campfire and have a little breakfast going on. It's gonna be more than an hour or two.
based on, can I do like a separate check to see like on the weather condition? Or like on the weather, like if there's like any place with like that's safe to pull over off the road a little bit.
I shall join him on this one.
Is there like
Can we have-
can we like examine like do we have like a feel for the weather, like if it's gonna like be a blizzard or anything, or do we see any like safe place that's like safe for us to pull over and make like, a little
Make a
camp?
survival check with advantage. You have no idea. It's a little bit windy and there is some snow being picked up, but you can't really tell if there's going to be a larger storm coming or not.
What about the cave that we originally went to?
You're not really sure exactly where it was in comparison to where you are now.
But are there like any caves or like coverings or anything that I see in general?
You're not seeing any.
Can I double check his rolls for him on that one? Being
You can make
awake
a
and just
perception
looking around.
check.
Second?
You can make a perception check.
I'll take that, sure.
You don't see any caves either.
We'll just wait a few more hours until Vestron wakes up. He's good with this kind of stuff. I'll tough it out. Don't worry. Don't worry about me, pal.
On that, I move to the back and
Oh,
proceed
no, I
to
actually
have
call
a-
you. I call you over to just like sit in front of me, just so we could converse.
Sure. In that case, I pull up my ration and pop a squat right next to you. Offering you some as well.
So we got to figure out what to do with you when we get to the capital. You ever been to the capital?
I believe my tour group was on the way towards there before we ran into issues along the route, actually. Can't say I've
Really?
ever been, though. Really?
Your tour group is going there.
At least that's what I was told from my managers at the time.
Out of curiosity, does everyone in your tour group use magic like you?
Some of us. I mostly learned from my ringmaster and from the people around who were working with us.
Interesting. I wonder how you got clearance to do that. Anyway, when we get to the city, you got to be careful. And,
As I gesture to my mask, allowing it to kind of glow and kind of reverberate my form, I basically just say,
I'm aware, but there are countermeasures in the city that can disable that or see through it. So you got to be careful. You
must
know,
be some pretty
precautions.
strong magic to see through that type of stuff.
I don't know anything about this kind of stuff, but the church takes extra care of the empress.
To me, that just sounds like you have people trained to do the exact things that you want other people to not want to not do.
Hey, I don't have any opinion on this. As long as you don't hurt anyone, I don't really care. But yeah, just gotta be careful with you. Don't want the wrong kind of intention, you know. So is your troop waiting for you in the town, by the way, or?
Probably not. A lot of us scattered through the winds, so really just a question of where some of us turned up.
Oh, so you're looking for your pals then?
Maybe. More so, I'm just saying I'm looking for a place to call home.
That's quite reasonable.
And how about yourself, sir? What made you join the army?
Family legacy, pal. My pops does it. His pops did it. You know how it is.
Do you ever question if you're doing the right thing?
Don't got time for that.
But if you could, what would you have wanted to do?
My goal is only to protect the emperor and the royal family. The church is secondary. Frankly, I don't like how close they've been getting with the royal family lately. After the little emperor's parents passed away.
It almost sounds like you have a personal connection to the to the king and the prince.
I mean, my family were always loyal vassals to the royal family, and the assassination of the king and queen is it weighs pretty heavy on us. My pops hasn't been the same since. He's always been a stern guy, but now he's just unrecognizable.
So what was this princess like growing up then? You probably know that pretty
I
well.
mean, she's a nice kid. She cared about the common people, common folk. The royal family in general is always very kind.
And how about their views of non-humans?
Their views, they're more apathetic. It's more so that the common folk are hesitant and scared. And as for non-humans, they never really had any issues with dwarves or elves or anything like that. Can't say I've ever seen your kind, though. Where do you hail from?
That's a question both you and I would like the answer to.
Ah, man of mysteries.
Keeps life interesting.
That's true. Is the rest of the party starting to wake up around this time, by the way?
With a little bit more time, and as your conversation kind of continues, you do hear them begin to stir.
But yeah, I reaffirm that the royal family typically did not care about non-humans, and that the whole prejudice towards magic thing is a new thing established after the king and queen were assassinated.
I take those thoughts into mind as I consider further actions.
As the rest of
Leroy
you
will
begin,
remember that.
the rest of you begin to stir. Galthuk,
How long have I been
Abby.
out for?
I have bags under my eyes. I don't know, pal. So I could get
Get
some
the
shut
hell
eye.
to sleep.
So I could definitely get some shut eye.
I feel really rested right now. Thank you.
As I slowly get up
Vestrin, get on the
from
horse. He wouldn't let me.
sleep,
He wouldn't give me the reins.
I look over, I give a thumbs up, like still half asleep. Kind of shake off my tired, and
We could
hop
pull
and take
over.
the reins.
We could pull over for like an hour, get breakfast, and
Okay, that
Does
works.
Kind
seem
of
like
like
this-
perk
the
up
storm
at
has-
that.
The storm has not gotten any worse, so it does seem like, for now, you're probably good to pull over for a bit.
Vestrin, who is now awake, looks outside and is like, I wonder if there's any caves around. I'm gonna look for caves.
Make a perception check.
Are we gonna find breakfast in the cave?
Oh,
course.
wow.
There are no caves around, but you do see off a little bit a small clearing with some trees just above, tall enough and wide enough that you can probably make a small little camp there and be sheltered mostly from the weather.
I point out the spot and kind of say that'd be a good spot to park her for a bit.
let's go. I trust your judgment. As I park the course, I get off. Let out a big yawn, big stretch. Eat a
Do
thing of
you want
rations.
to take a nap?
Heck yeah.
Before you
bro.
eat a thing of rations, Vesserin is gonna look over and go, "Y'all just want a berry?
Sure, I'll take one.
Cash good berry and
I'll take one.
dispense berries."
I look at the berry. So is this like a berry or a berry?
Berry.
Quotations.
He doesn't give Vesserin doesn't give the quotations back. He gives it in bold. letters. Berry.
Nay. Insight what that means.
You most certainly can.
I have advantage on these. 19.
Veteran doesn't know what you mean by berry quotes.
Well, you know what? If I have a good time, I have a good time. As I eat it.
Veteran, what type of berry did you give him?
It was, in fact, a good berry.
That is a damn good berry.
You feel much fuller. And not at all high.
Before I go to bed, I let Vesrin or and Galthuk know, and Affy know, that if anyone asks, you could always show your adventuring identification.
Thumbs up.
If any patrol pulls you over, if there's any problem, wake me up, as I just go and knock out in the back.
I'm gonna go gather some firewood from the cart and make a small fire in a central location.
As Forte goes to sleep, that is something that you all kind of think about and notice. You haven't seen any other soldiers or patrols around this area.
Wonder if this was a suicide mission. Let's hope
I
not.
feel like the wizard dude is too talkable for it to be a suicide mission, but that said, I do think that they're probably considering a lot of people are going to die, so that's why they hired a bunch of random idiots.
Possibility as well. I mean, if they have a bunch of child elite soldiers trained, then why send this band of misfits to deal with such a high class?
Well, okay, so
issue?
majority of us did kind of like get together here because we wanted like cash for various reasons. Like, I mean, Forte's stuck here because it's his job. I'm guessing someone doesn't like him because they stuck him with us. But I'm guessing.
I mean,
And the thing is, I'm a half elf. You're a half elf. This other dude is a dwarf. So like we're not human. So I'm pretty sure that like the government saw like, oh, hey, here's some annoying magic people that we don't like. And also they're not human, but you know what? We have this job where they could potentially die a lethal and / or stupid death. So let's just get them all together, and then we have fewer magic people, and it's like a win-win kind of thing. That's what I think is going on.
Could be.
And then we're gonna get there and we'll be like, oh yeah, we killed a wizard dude. And they're gonna be like, okay, then go do this. And they're gonna send us to do something else stupid. And they're probably gonna find out at some point that the wizard dude's like not dead. And then we're gonna be like on the run from the government.
Is Affy having a conspiracy theories again? Do we need a straitjacket?
They're not
I don't know.
conspiracy theories if they're rooted in truth.
It is kind of suspicious how accurate they could be.
Is there something akin to rolling a sanity check on Affy?
You can roll an insight.
And is that sanity, though?
You can't. I mean, that's not a check that you can do.
Fuck it, insight.
She's completely mad.
I just casually look to Galthuk and
I'm really not though.
hey, Galthuk, if necessary, I got some rope. It'll work out. Just get my back, okay?
I kind of look at him. The stories he tells, they may be rooted in truth, but until action meet where the road lies and shows truth, then I will have to believe that the best ability or the best they have the best intentions.
Listen, if anything happens, I get the chicken wings, you get the chicken legs.
Are you calling me a chicken?
I was whispering this.
I am an elf. I have good hearing.
Make a stealth check.
Me?
No,
Me. One moment.
in comparison, Affy, make a perception check.
Where is stealth? Where is stealth? There's stealth.
Affy, you did not hear anything that he said?
Okay.
You just see me gesturing to that I was making chicken faces, basically.
I like chicken.
And now having started a fire, this one's just gonna kind of chillax and
Yeah, if you want to go hunt some
take it
chicken,
easy.
There are no chickens in this woods. We're in the tundra.
I fail to believe there are no wild chickens in this area. Or wildfowl, rather.
Well,
Can I just
how
have
about
a quick
you go
thought
and you
of
hunt for a
whether or not
chicken
there
and I
would be
wait
wild
here
chickens?
and we'll count how many chickens you've caught.
I'm sorry, what
What?
was that, Vestman?
Can I check my knowledge to see if I would know if there's wild chickens in this area?
Please do.
You have not been in this area long enough to really get a full sense
Okay.
of the wildlife.
That's fair.
I kind of look.
Galfuck?
I look at them and I'm like, we just had a good berry. What do we need any kind of fowl or any kind of hunting to be done right now? Anyways, I'm still feeling good from earlier.
It is at this point I begin filling Gelthic's head with stories of if I can take my ale and make it super hot, we can technically fry some of the fowl meat within the ale juices, making it extra crispy.
So like beer battered fish.
Do I?
Well, you
do
know
I-
that exists, though.
I look and I'm like, I do love meal. Sure. Let me take a look and see if I see anything out there. Can I take a look and see if I see anything out in the?
You can. What are you looking? Make a perception check. But what are you looking for?
I'm going to join him on this to give him advantage.
I'm gonna be looking for any kind of like I guess either waterfowl or fowl, something that could that he'd be
Visible
looking
tracks.
for. Yeah, visible tracks or feathers like in the tree or that were
Make
passing by
a
the bushes.
survival check. Then
All right.
you're attempting to hunt something, essentially.
Yeah, I guess so. At that point, yeah. May Morden have guidance on me. Let's survival and
Mhm.
Yep. 16.
Looking.
Oh,
sp-
17. If you okay.
So, looking around, after a little while, you do actually notice some webbed feet. At least the footprints of webbed feet.
Hey, look right
Looks
here,
like
Leroy.
some sort of waterfowl.
What size would
Hey,
they
I
be?
found your
Do those
chicken.
do they seem like
Bigger
small
than a
animal size, or
chicken.
do they seem like the size of a horse?
Bigger than a chicken, a lot smaller than a horse.
The goose.
Am I in
Gelthic, right?
earshot of this?
What am I? Am I making a check on something? Catch that. Or-
No, you just see the footprints.
Oh, okay. Hey, JJ. I see some footprints over here. Maybe we can have Affy take a look and see if whether or not he can capture it.
It is on this note I look to Affy and just refer this information to him and just tell him, listen, buddy, you're a long-range sniper. Think you can make the shot?
Me?
Yes, you. You're the
What am
one
I
with the bow and
shooting
arrow.
at?
Well, let's go on a little hunt, shall we? As I proceed to point out the tracks.
So you have found a chicken. Very well then. I will partake in your game of chicken goose.
As I
Before you do anything
place my
else,
hand
however,
on Affy and say, "May Morden help guide your shot."
Before you do anything else, however, I may ask a specific question of a friend of ours.
Hmm?
Hey, Vesserin, would you be so kind as to turn into a fellow bird so as to get this group of animals to congregate?
I don't think I want to waste resources on such endeavors.
Can you talk to animals easily, though?
Relatively.
Do you think simply trying to calm them and gain their favor would be of ease to you?
I'm not entirely on board with the concept of gaining their trust only to murder them.
Call it a distraction of sorts.
I do not believe I could allow myself to do such things.
Would you rather them see it coming then?
If that's how it's going to be.
So you're comfortable letting animals die as long as you're a bystander in it.
The circle of life.
It's at that note I raise my hands and then just proceed to push Affy towards hunting position.
Okay.
Just for the roleplay.
I study myself, I suppose. I kind of study myself and shit. And I use my special skilled thing to ready an arrow and aim at whatever need be. And I ask, okay, so where's this chicken that we have found? Based by cunning action game at, I guess, the floor.
Here are the footprints, and I kind of pointed out, and it's going in that direction as I take two fingers in a gun-like shape and kind of point ahead towards us.
Okay. Do I have to get out of the cart?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I snipe from inside the cart?
Do you have a visual of the animal inside the cart?
No. Can you guide me toward the thing? I mean, look, the last time I really interacted outside of the cart, I gave birth to a bunch of bees and almost died.
I can relatively give you my assurance you will not give birth if you step outside this cart.
Says you.
Says my power, as I put my hand on my bagpipes.
Look, I'm not going alone. If I'm going to hunt this chicken, then you have to accompany me. I suspect foul play, sir.
As I shrug my shoulders.
I'm going to put as many bird puns as I can in here. Many of them are not going to be that good.
I ignore entirely whatever was mentioned and shrug my shoulders and be like, sure, let's go.
Okay.
It's okay. You're doing excellent.
Alright. Are you guys going to accompany me, or are you just going to, sit here?
Probably best we leave the armor bearer alone, so as to not make excess noise.
Alright.
Are you pointing to Galfuck for that?
Do I really need to? Your silence speaks for itself.
What about Vesserin?
All right.
Do you want to go? Yay!
I'll simply sit here and mind the fire.
Oh, I'll sit here with Vesserin.
Hey, Galfuck, see if you can convince this guy to turn into a goose for us. It might help us later on.
Morden wouldn't want me to push towards it. a path that he wouldn't want to take himself.
Western smiles a bit at that statement.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll need a golden egg. As I step away with Effie.
I kind of step away as well. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go snipe hunting. Wish us luck.
Warden's luck is already with you.
Okay. Hopefully I don't almost die this time. That's been happening suspicious a lot. Someone might almost call it foreshadowing. Okay, let's get going. I'm gonna go and, like, I guess get my bow and arrows out and stuff.
It is on that note I proceed to write a healing word on Effie.
Is a
Okay.
human word like sucker or something like that?
If you ready a healing word, you do know that you are stuck. Like, you automatically use the spell. You can't hold it indefinitely.
I thought I could hold it for at least one turn.
Yeah, that's 6 seconds.
Yeah, fair. Then
You may want to hold on to that, and you get closer to it, and you're ready to go.
Fair. I just think I should probably do this sometime soon. It is on this note we have left to go following these tracks.
Okay. So, you guys head out. And I need you both to make a survival check. Or one with advantage.
Let me roll, actually, so I'll roll with advantage.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I guess.
Okay. So after only 5 minutes or so, you're able to follow the tracks pretty well. And you end up actually, after just a bit, seeing what appears to be a decently sized, large white bird of some type.
Is it a goose?
It is a goose.
Okay.
As I whisper to Effie, well, I think this is about as close as we can get.
I whisper back, gotcha. And I use my cunning action to aim an arrow directly at the mega goose's fat, fleshy body.
Okay.
Is it fat and fleshy, or is it like a normal goose?
It looks like a normal goose.
It just has 3 heads.
Does it actually have? Does it
It
actually
does not
have 3
have.
heads?
It does not have
Okay,
3
okay,
heads.
just making sure. But I will not aim for the head. I will aim for the body because the body's bigger than the head. Because poultry heads are kind of small. Kind of aim using my cunning action to aim. Really, just like pointing there. And upon doing that, upon using my action, I let go and I shoot. And I let the arrow fly true at its target.
Alright. Roll an attack.
Hidoki.
She should have advantage. I think she used her cunning action. Aim.
She would.
I
Okay.
do. I know I have advantage, Sweet Pea. Do I? And I
Yeah,
also have
you
sneak
should
attack.
declare it.
I think.
You should declare it whenever you have it.
I believe I have sneak attack as well, but I will see.
That's for
Careful.
damage.
Okay.
Okay. Roll damage with sneak attack.
Yeah.
You aim true and you fire, going directly through the goose's heart. With a small thud, it falls into the snow dead. Barely a sound made.
And then I turned it to JJ and I'm like, well, it looks like we have really quacked the case that you have showed me, but it is not chicken, goose. So let us go pick our bounty and go make some foie gras now, shall we?
Would I even know what the hell foie gras even is?
You would not.
I just looked at Effie being completely confused as to all hell as what this person just told me. Is this a slur?
No, you're a slur. Just shut up and help me with this.
You're pretty sure it's in some elvish dish.
I begin ignoring some of Effie's statements and then just take the goose and just continue to think about beer battered chicken.
Okay. So, Galthuk, Vesrin, are you guys doing anything while your party is out hunting for the little bit?
Just kind of sitting back by the fire, kind of looking at how Vesrin's eyes are kind of like gazing upon the fire as a happiness. I can see a twinge of a smile from his face. I'm just gonna ask him. So how you doing over there, Vesrin? How you feeling today?
You know, another day. Entire situation I found myself in. It's both the most interesting thing and the most concerning thing I've ever done.
Oh, do go on.
Vesrin kind of yawns, says it's still fairly early, and shrugs. It's confusing. I come from down south, the desert land below. It's much simpler down there. Much more about survival and day-to-day life than some of the social concepts here.
So you're feeling a little awkward?
In a sense, yes.
Well, my friend, and I put my hand on his shoulder. I think sounds a bit of an ostrich, but I think we're gonna get through this, no problem.
I think so too. I have faith in my companions. Most of them.
And I go back to just kind of popping out a book, and I think the ones that I'm looking at right now, the Titans have already been taken. I'm still going through the Ostergrad book, kind of, still getting a feel for it, and if there's any other things that I may have been missing out of on it.
Let me just message you one thing.
While that's being messaged, I'm going to see that he's reading this and ask, is there anything over Ostergrad's agricultural environment in that book?
This one, and I kind of go through it, and I'm kind of looking through it. This one has a lot of information on the kind of the, I guess, the royalties and and whatnot inside of it. It's more of like the previous emperors and empresses that married. It does give a hint though. It does say, and it kind of just says there's a few things that are grown in the area. It's really difficult because of the terrain, as well as the dirt itself. It's not what you would say doesn't have enough silt into it. So like mostly you would say potatoes and radishes are things that are found.
That makes sense. If we stumble across a even small agricultural area, I would like to spend some time there. If given the correct amount of time, I could greatly influence their harvest.
I think that would be a wonderful thing.
I do too. I do not enjoy seeing the suffering that I see here.
You saw that too when we were leaving, huh?
Yes. So if I can bring abundance to some small area, then perhaps that's some small reason for being here until I find my larger.
I think that's kind of why I'm looking forward to going back and meeting up with Beltran and having a drink with the man. He didn't seem too happy, and didn't seem like I was estranged in that location, and it seemed to be odd that I would want to break bread or have a drink with him. So I think it would be great.
May join you.
Please do, please. I believe JJ is whipping up some stuff along the way, and hopefully by then it'll be ready so that I can bring some, and us three can drink.
Oh, don't worry about what me and Affy are doing. It's good.
Well, about this point, Affy and JJ do arrive.
What is the status of the bird at the moment?
You have not actually done anything to it yet.
Also,
cool,
it's
so
dead.
So,
I mean,
Affy,
yes, and yes.
Vesrin, Galthuk, who wants to pluck and tar this thing?
Well, if anyone should. Wait, what did you just say?
You heard what I said.
What
Who
is the
wants to-
purpose of this bird?
Who wants to pluck and fry this thing?
Well, I can certainly tend to it. I have experience with such things.
Makes it for some good eating. So did Vesrin want to do this?
Okay. Vesrin, I would say make a survival check to see how well you can clean the bird. Doesn't take very long, and with pretty much expert capabilities, he's able to immediately clean it, pluck it, and get it ready to be cooked.
It is at this point I take out 2 ales from the cart to use as cooking brine, along with a half a cup of flour. Along with, do we have any oil? Let's cooking rations include some form of cooking oil, I assume, yes?
The
Doc?
I would. You don't really have much in the way of oil, I'd say.
All right, water it is then.
Do we
Water
have
and-
butter?
Do you have what?
Butter.
You do not. It would very well. I suppose in this weather, it likely wouldn't spoil so easily. But you do not have butter. No, you have essentially rations as your primary thing, and beer.
Well, literally fried in beer it is then. Cool. So as at this point I take the prepared bird, dip it with the wheat and flour we have in the cart.
Before anything is done to the bird, Vestron's going to chime in with perhaps it would be more efficient to wait until the next meal to consume this beast, as I did cast a spell to provide us with nourishment for this time being.
I ask the party if they're hungry.
As great as that smells right now, I would have to decline. I'm feeling quite perfectly okay right now for food.
It is then at this point I ask, what if we just marinate it till next meal then?
Good to me.
Galvic?
I completely agree. I think that would be a good idea.
So as at this point, I add one marinating duck to the cart inventory then.
At this point, I'd say it's been about long enough that Forte, you'd probably wake up.
In 8 hours?
Oh, right. Actually, I was thinking 4 hours. Yeah, never mind. So, are you guys going to just sit around for the next 4 hours or so?
Um,
Did he just wake up and say
Which
4
I could-
hours?
so if it's been around 4 hours, I would probably start thinking about perhaps waking him up. So I'm gonna look at the party and go.
Well, he would need another 4 hours or so before
Exactly.
he. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the party and go. Perhaps we should wake up Forte and get in the car. He can sleep on the way.
That,
Who's gonna carry him?
Well, that's why we wake him up.
can do that, yeah. I mean, you fill up for the task of riding on, yeah, we can definitely do that.
I think we've taken a sufficient break, unless anyone has a reason to stay.
Do we see anything out in the area that would make us want to stay? I don't know, like
No, its area seems fairly, at this point, empty. You can hear some animals in the distance. The weather isn't too terrible, so
Good moving conditions, sounds like. Oh, I'll go over to.
Before I forget, I proceed to give Vesserin the book I've been carrying about the alchemy. If he wants to do some reading.
Take it graciously. Thank you, my friend.
So you got one book for alchemy to study upon.
okay.
it kind
So,
of sorry.
no, I was going to go ahead.
I was gonna say, how far did you get through the book? I mean, I would think that it would take weeks for you to get through it. A couple.
Not far, to be honest. I started reading it, but to be honest, I just don't think I can get through much of this in time. I think someone who has some pre-existing knowledge of alchemy might be more useful for it.
And I look at Vesser and I go, "You've been holding out some information. Do you know alchemy?"
Vestrin's gonna look very confused and put up his finger in objection and say,
It was
"I
more of
do
a
not."
funny gesture. Okay. Okay. Well, how
I
about
figured
this?
if anyone else did know alchemy, it might be Vesserin. So, with a shot.
I look at him. I was like, "How about we try to study each other, like with each other? Because I am quite interested. I mean, I saw it on the table, and I kind of, I had to put it in the pouch and take it. It was the room. I kind of put my shoulders up, like with a big smirk, like
Your
just
thirst for knowledge is almost problematic, my friend.
You can say that again, my friend.
All right. At this time, I'll probably go over and wake up Forte.
Forte, you're being awoken halfway through your rest.
What's up? Are you ready to go?
Yes, I figured you could finish your rest in the cart. The weather conditions are quite nice for riding right now.
I mean, if anything, we can summon him with chicken.
Plant. As I just let out a big stretch. All right. Into the cart I go.
I will also hop on. I'm in the reins.
I guess I'll take more. I'll be more in the back this time around, though. I don't know if anyone wants to switch with me. Outlook?
Yeah. I'm feeling rested. I'll set up in the front with
All
Vestrin.
right.
I'll keep
Okay.
an eye out.
All right, still be in the back then.
So, as you guys continue on the road, I need you to make perception checks.
Do I perceive my dreams?
You do not.
Oh, no dreams.
None that you end up remembering.
Can I roll anyway to see if I remember them?
No.
Aw.
Okay. JJ, are you not rolling?
Rolling for what exactly?
Perception, just looking out.
Sure, one moment.
JJ, Affy, and Galthuk. After like 2 or so hours, you get away from the area where the trees are, and the road seems much more open. And something odd catches your eye. Off to the you would say probably far northwest, there looks like what's almost a giant stone wall going impossibly high into and above the clouds, and seeming to spread for miles from one side to the other.
As I'm looking at it, I kind of nudge Vestrin. What is that?
Time?
See
I got
me glare up, like as I'm
Yeah.
starting from the middle, and I'm kind of like starting to look up. We lost Doc.
Does this look like it can even be possible to be man-made?
As you see my eyes
certainly
start from
does
the
not.
as you see my eyes start from the bottom, and I kind of nudge, and I'm like, Vestrin, what is that? And my eyes are kind of like going from like eye level and just stretching up to the top, looking directly up at the clouds.
I have no idea.
What are we seeing? Like, is there what color is it? Is it more of a still? Is it
is
more of a
far off.
far off? Okay, no reflective property like a steel or a metal.
You can't really make out the details. It just seems to be a giant wall made of what looks to be stone and earth.
Okay. Should we keep going?
Are we currently
We-
heading in that direction?
What is closer, this wall or the capital?
The wall seems very, very, very far off.
Okay.
The capital, you could probably guess based off your travel time. You probably need like one more rest. It's probably a day and a tiny bit away at this point.
Okay.
Well, I think it's best that we notate what we're seeing here, and then might need to report that to the capital, or at least once our friend wakes up, we can go ahead and let Forte know.
Agreed.
I believe we'd be proceeding forward. Stop, Sticker.
Okay.
Heaven
You
forward.
guys
Sorry.
continue You guys continue towards Ebenford, and a few more hours pass with nothing really concerning going on. But, Forte, you do wake up after a bit.
Man, I've had better sleeps. Better naps than that. Ugh. What smells like food?
I just kind of like squat down so my head is like just above his, and I just kind of like say something like, I caught it as a duck. Do you want duck for lunch?
What?
Are we roasting the duck now?
I mean, I smell duck, don't I?
You smell raw duck.
Yeah, it would be raw.
But what smells like food?
It's dinner. I have hunted and gathered for us.
You wouldn't really smell much actual food because they haven't cooked anything.
Well,
I mean,
would
you'd
the raw
smell whatever
carcass,
it's
wouldn't I?
marinating in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd smell the blood and
Then beer.
beer. Yeah,
What smells like a tavern?
Yeah, basically. But a better quality tavern than the last one.
Oh, you got us lunch. Good job, Affy.
There's
Ugh.
also something very special I put into the lunch if we're having it.
Not piss, is it? I've had special before. I don't like it.
Don't worry, you'll like my special.
Trust you. Skeptically.
So are we roasting duck now?
Are you? Well, how? Wait, we can't do that in the cart. We have to wait until our next rest. We don't want to start a fire in the cart. That'd be silly. Silly way to die.
I don't know. Flaming cart seems pretty cool.
a flaming cart does in fact seem cool, but well, more hot.
True.
So, no one is informing Forte of the odd wall off in the distance.
I
Yeah, I
was
suppose we should
muted.
probably do that.
Sorry. I was trying to. Yeah, hey, Forte. Look over to the north over there.
What?
And I kind of point, and then I point at the bottom, and then I kind of raise my hand to the top as it stretches towards the top, pointing to the clouds where it ends.
Huh. Never seen that before.
I figured
think
we'd notate it and kind of possibly report that as well.
Good call. I don't. Do I remember if there's like any military bases around here, or any outposts?
There are a little bit off track, but again, the wall is a good distance away. Like, generalizing based off the size and the distance, it would probably be a few days' travel to actually get to that wall.
But I would have never seen it before, right?
You would have never seen it before, no. In fact, it definitely wasn't there when you were heading towards the actual town originally.
Yeah, we would have noted that. I look over at Galthuk, and like, you think it has anything to do with those portals?
You know, it doesn't look like of any metal. It's hard to tell from this distance, really.
I mean, the wizards didn't have any metal; it had just weird creatures, and then the swamp had no metal.
I know.
I don't know.
It's just made out of what it looks like here is just maybe possibly an earth or rock. Or if I look at it, do I see like the coloration of that kind of rock from a distance? Even from a distance, you'd be able to tell if whether or not it's the same color as like the mountains that would be, or like
it is,
in the foreground.
It is not the same color as the mountains that you've seen around.
Okay.
Yeah. I strongly speculate that.
Galthuk,
I would definitely
want
to
you to roll me Let's go with Arcana with advantage. Your choice, Arcana or History with advantage.
I would go with. To be fair, I would probably go with Arcana, but I wouldn't do it at advantage because I don't have the proficiency in it. And I just want to be fair
Advantage,
about that. Yeah. Okay.
No, there's a reason why.
Oh, fair enough.
As you look off, a thought comes to your head from the books you were reading. If it is connected to a portal, it almost looks like how the Earth elemental plane was described. Almost as if just a chunk of it was just dropped off.
Looking at that, you know what? I believe this might be from. And I open up the book real quick to the elemental planes, and I'm. Yes, it's right here, look. And I kind of show him. I was like, it looks like the same colorization of the rock that's in the elemental planes for Earth. And
That
Pecking.
would certainly mean a portal.
certainly
Speak
can
common.
mean.
Speak common. You think there's a portal there?
Yes. I would. I look at him oddly, like, okay, yeah. That is what I'm trying to derive from this. From what I read and what I'm seeing, yes, I do believe so.
Maybe we could get a scouting squad to go check it out when we get back to the capital. Hey, glad to help you there. I guess I did hear something the wizard said. Ugh. Wonder whatever happened to that weird goat man we saw.
I
He
don't
probably
know.
went back into the woods.
But what is my name was definitely an odd one. We best stay clear of that one.
We might have dodged a bullet.
Agreed.
I am going to read over my report and make some additions and changes to it and stuff.
Okay.
Noting the spire and whatnot.
Is it like a diary?
It's basically a field mission report.
So it's like a detailed, less personal diary?
Yes. One that I totally have saved somewhere, right, Alec? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
This is why you have to back up your files. Gosh.
Definitely.
He has
Yeah,
found it.
it's pinned.
Is that?
Oh, actually, no, it's not. I apologize.
I found it.
Can you pin it, please, though?
Eh.
So you go and you continue that.
Can I read your notes?
No.
No. Oh, are you
Oh,
asking that
I
in
only
character?
meets expectations and not exceeds.
You would not know that.
I see how it is.
So
I see how it is.
you continue for the next few hours without any real obstacles or anything further odd occurring. As the sun begins to set, you do see off in the distance the beginning of the walls that surround Ebenford coming over the horizon. You're still probably a good 2 to 3 hours away. It's up to you whether you want to continue and make it to the city or lay down for the night.
I feel like the information that we hold right now is far more valuable. We may want to make our way to the capital as soon as possible.
I agree. I can take over driving if anyone wants a break. Yeah.
Am I allowed to drive yet?
Again, we don't know if we're going to encounter any patrols.
Yeah.
You guys realize that we haven't seen any. I haven't thought of that fact yet.
So do we see anything dealing with the swamp behind us?
The swamp is far, far behind you. You do not see anything.
Okay.
You haven't seen anything about it for probably a day now.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was just trying to get an idea if there's a portal behind us, the right, to the northwest of us, and then did I see something or something portal related to the northwest, and then did I see anything like northeast? Like are we
You did
getting
not.
surrounded? Okay. Veteran, do you wanna let Forte take a moment? Let him drive, and then we can take a look at the alchemy book for a little bit.
Did you get it to me?
Just give me a second to finish up my field notes, then I'll take over.
All right, so you guys are going to. Some of you are going to take a rest, and Forte is going to drive.
Yep.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
As we're
All right.
looking at the book, do we see anything like in the beginning of it? Does it have anything that? Let's look on here. Is there anything in here that says anything about a tweetment?
about what?
A tweetment.
Can you
Tweetment?
define a tweetment for me?
A
Come on,
treatment.
get the feathers off your ears and listen.
Oh, a treatment for how to get rid of the portals, you mean?
Yeah, a treatment or a tweetment of anything. Like whether or not it'd be healing, whether or not it'd be like any kind of alchemy based.
Oh, in the alchemy book.
Yeah, in the alchemy book.
I mean, the alchemy book is mostly for beginners. So it's basic poisons, basic remedies to help with stomach aches, stuff like that.
Okay. So there is a tweetment.
Did he
Yes,
misspell a treatment or something?
I guess.
I'm confused. It's okay. It's funny this way. You weird magical people and your magical words.
Like your funny words, Magic Man.
Thank you.
So about 2-3 more hours pass before Forte you see the wall quickly approaching, with a number of guards standing watch outside.
All right, as I guess we approach the main gate.
I think we should try to hide JJ though. Do we have like blankets or something to cover him?
Just in the back.
What if they ask what he is? They're like, hey, what's that big man? Who is that? What are we gonna say?
A traveler who was a traveler of a circus who ran down some hard
Why are you
times.
fascinated
We
with
rescued.
I feel body shame from Alfie.
He helped us in our adventure. I don't see any reason not to trust him. There you go. Are we approaching the gate?
You are.
Believe so.
As you begin to get closer, one of the guards yells out, "Halt! Who goes there?"
We stop, and I just say, Forte von Chevalier and the adventuring party, returning from our mission.
Hello.
present
Oh.
your identification.
I do so.
He looks it over, and the rest of them.
Here's my Officer Grand military emblem, and I show him.
I do the same.
Effie?
Do I have any ID?
You would have the military emblem, unless
Yes.
you lost it.
I don't believe I lost it. Give me a moment. It's like awfully like rummaging into my thing. Oh, yes, I do have it. And I kind of just like whip it out of a random pocket. And I flourish. I'm like, here you go.
Okay.
This one here is a traveler we met along the way. He was with his wandering circus group, and we found them attacked.
Yes. We found this random local homeless man, and we took pity on him.
I shush Affy. He's under the care of the Chevalier family until I get his identification papers sorted.
Make a
As I
persuasion
wait
check,
moment.
Forte.
Persuasion?
hmm
Would I be able to use my inspiration on this?
I will
Yes.
give them bardic inspiration. One moment.
That would be very noticeable.
Fine, no bardic inspiration.
But I am using my regular inspiration.
Yes, you can use your regular inspiration.
Persuasion. Also, I think I have advantage on these. Hold on, let me double check.
Well, then you wouldn't need to use your inspiration for advantage,
I
then,
do
would you?
not. I do not have it. Yeah, I do not. Okay.
Well, your inspiration gives it to you.
Yeah. I'm running it. I'm blanking. 17.
They look at each other. The two guards look at each other, and then back at you and go, I suppose, but we do need to check your cart.
Go right ahead.
They begin to search through it.
I do note I have some items here to give to the as evidence of my mission, such as a magical staff that is being held by, I believe it is by Vesserin.
Kind of show off the wrapped object.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else we should know about?
There's these weird magical crystals that we found next to a portal. I would like them to be investigated by the church. Proof of heresy.
You're good to go. The gate slowly begins to open as they signal up above the walls. Though it's probably a bit late for a meeting with the Pope. You may want to find a tavern or something.
Agreed. After a long travel like this, oh boy. Also, I look at the two soldiers. I tell them to watch out. There's some strange creatures on the roads. We encountered a kind of magical swamp area with insects that lay eggs inside of you. And there's this spire that's not too far from here. I'd be on the lookout. As I salute them.
One of them seems to visibly shiver when you mention the insects laying eggs inside of people. But
I wave. I'm a mother now. It's been a long month, 2 months. It's been a long time.
As I salute the soldiers.
I look forward. I look at them and I go, "You guys are doing an impeccable job."
They just nod, going back into sitting position.
And I guess we enter.
Okay.
Thank God he's inspiration.
Yes,
Oh.
definitely.
As you guys go through, you enter the main capital, Ebenford, once again. Are you looking for a inn or tavern right now?
I believe that was the plan.
Man,
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just like camp out at Forte's house.
I was about to say I could just sleep in my place.
It's cheaper.
That would technically be cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And it would let me get the papers in order for Leroy's for Leroy's identification.
That it would.
Then I look at JJ. Hey JJ, how's the L coming along?
How's the what coming on?
The L.
It's ready to use whenever you want, dude.
Excellent. Are there any? Is it late at night or is it kind of like
It's
late in
just
the day?
begun to get dark.
Would there be any shops that might be open still at this point where I can possibly get like some flasks or something like a closable cup? You know, like I don't know, some steins or something.
We have water skins to use.
At this point at night, it would probably be a little bit too late.
All right. Then I believe I might take you up on that offer tomorrow. Then I look over at Vester and I was like, you want to come with me, roll with me tomorrow?
Sure.
All right. Do you think Forte we can all come spend the night over at your house again like we did?
I've been away for a few days. I would need to check. I don't know if we have any guests over. Of course.
Fair enough.
If not, then the guest house should be available.
Party at Fortes.
Perfect.
You guys, it would probably take about an hour or so for you all to arrive at
Actually,
his
before
manor.
we, what time is it in the night, by the way? Like late in the
It's-
night or like evening?
Late evening. The sun has basically just set.
Would we be able to stop by the general goods store?
Somebody
If it's
just
open.
asked that. It would not be open at this
Okay, it would not be open. Okay, sorry.
They usually close around sundown, so they pretty
Understandable.
much just closed.
Understandable. And we do have a lot of beer, so we don't need to go to a tavern.
That is very true. As you all head towards the manor, you guys actually did see his manor before, did you not?
Not Leroy.
Yes.
Not Leroy.
Not Leroy.
That is very true. So, as you head towards the manor, you actually do notice that there are a number of servants outside that this time go and are waiting. They each bow to Forte as the cart approaches. Sir, how was your mission?
Eventful.
They say, kind of looking at your group of individuals.
Eventful. The rookies have a promise.
Your
Capable.
father will be pleased to know that.
I sure hope he will be.
Sadly, the master, is not currently at home. He is off on his own mission in the east.
This is a military campaign?
He would not exactly tell us. The information is not of our concern, but he said he'd be back in a week's time.
Understandable.
The mistress is also out on her own escapades, visiting some noble friends of hers.
Understandable.
Your siblings are each out on their own little escapades as well. So you and your friends do have run of the manor for tonight, at least.
All right, so guest house is available. Good to know. Can you see them
That it
treated?
is, sir. Of course, young sir. What would your friends like? What do they eat?
This one has a goose carcass on him. Perhaps you would like to serve it.
We
Perhaps you
can
would like to serve it.
present that. We did. He pauses and leans into you, Forte,
Mhm.
and whispers something in your ear.
Mm.
Is it a secret?
He's probably telling him on the side.
I laugh. I'm like, you can make a salad for them.
Why are you talking shit about us?
We'll get right on that, sir. Right this way, sirs. And he kind of beckons the cart as a maid kind of moves over to Forte and goes, Master, will you be staying in your usual room or with your companions?
I'll be in my own quarters. I have to get some identification papers in order. We met this one on the road. He was attacked, and his traveling group is MIA. So he's proven capable on combat, and I think he's a valuable asset.
Well, ready your desk, sir.
Thank you very much. Do I know the maid's name?
You do. This one is Margaret.
Thank you very much, Margaret.
So, you guys are each led to, well, Forte, you are led to your usual office and room, as the rest of you are led to a decent-sized guest house. One room for each of you, with an extra 2 that appear to be empty. 2 fully stocked baths with toilets, an actual bath, and all the commodities you need. Looking around, Forte, even the guest house that Forte has, is much better off than basically any other houses you've seen other than the castle itself.
Not bad, huh, pals?
No, that's too cool. Very cool.
There also appears to be a small room that is labeled with the word sauna behind the house.
Listen, guys. Listen, pals. After dinner, meet me in that room. Wear light clothes. Well, don't even wear clothes if you don't want to. It's nice.
So we're breaking in the
Interesting
50 bottles of
aspect.
ale here, right?
Why do you want us all to start stripping? I thought you weren't into that stuff.
Hey, after a successful mission, we gotta relax a little bit. Recharge for the next day. So get yourselves comfortable and meet me at the dining hall in an hour.
Okay.
So, is there anything specific you guys do to get ready during that hour?
I just basically I take off all my armors and stuff like that. Set them on the bed where I'll be spending the night.
I'm just kind of gazing out a window, admiring the scenery of the area.
I proceed to pregame and have 2 ales in my room.
Okay.
Say some time passes after I get
It's
everything
more
off,
rib.
and I'm gonna go head to the sauna.
Oh, you're going to the sauna first, not dinner?
No, I'm ready to relax. I'm still feeling pretty good from the what you call it, the berry, the good berry.
The miracle berry?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a full 24 hours, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, but why not celebrate?
Even I will be eating a bit, Galthic. You got to enjoy a fresh kill.
Absolutely. It would be illegal not to.
But
So many of them in my goddamn DMs now.
Is that a Oh, actually, I wouldn't be with you, would I? No. As for what I do when I get to my chambers, I take off the armor, and I kind of like put the report on my desk and just readying it for later. Finish it before I go to bed, as well as I get the the proper documents for Leroy's identification.
Okay. Are you guys all going to dinner, or any of you?
Are we invited to dinner?
Everyone's invited
Yes.
to dinner.
I believe we were offered salads.
And meat.
I believe I shall be bringing the raw duck to the kitchen.
They have already taken the duck, and in fact, basically the entire cart.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have access to that stuff right now.
No problem.
So after about an hour, you are all brought to the dining hall. Though the servants do appear to be giving a majority of you some looks, as you're still wearing your... Even if you're not wearing your armor, none of you exactly have the fanciest of clothing, as they all appear to be in maid outfits and suits.
We look fine. If we have to, we'll put on maid outfits and suits.
So I come out wearing a suit.
I look
My
like a
classic.
nomadic monk. So
That is entirely up to you.
I mean, I took off my armor, so I might as well wear something nice. Maybe not a suit, but like a collared shirt. But like my chest popping out of it, I guess.
You going to show your cleavage?
Always.
Shirt was a little tighter than I remember.
Gaining
hey.
a little weight there, buddy, I see.
It's a good mission.
I just kind of look over him and I'm just like, do we all have to like dress up and stuff?
Never been to a noble dinner, have you?
Who's gonna invite me to a noble dinner?
yes, I would say you are the first person I've come into contact with that would be able to.
Is the head butler here?
He is.
I'd like to call him over.
Yes, sir.
Maybe sometime. They'll be coming here pretty often. Maybe at some point we can teach him proper etiquette. You know how you taught me in the young ones. Wink.
I will put together a lesson plan, sir, if it's the master's desire.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Dinner is served as a number of maids and butlers come out with a large plate with the goose cooked, marinated, all that, looking fairly good. It's a nice brown. There are a number of wine bottles placed upon the table, and in front of Affy and Vesrin, a plate with a decent-looking salad, number of vegetables in it, lettuce, potato, beets. It appears to be some type of grain.
Thanks. So when do we get to try the duck?
The maids just kind of look at each other and go, there was a goose in your cart that we made? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that poultry.
You eat meat?
Yeah?
Is that strange?
Do you eat meat?
They blush a little bit and look at each other again. Well, it's on the table. Help yourself. It already has been fairly carved. There are a number of slices on it, along with the legs and the wings already cut off.
And I go and just help myself.
The maids
Two.
hurriedly exit. Their faces beet red.
Forte lets out a chuckle.
Yeah, and then with like a whole ass like mouthful of them, like, Forby. People here are nice, but also like I think they might be like, like those people that are like scared to eat meat and stuff because they're scared of hurting the animal's feelings and shit. I think it's like these people. I think we'll hurt their feelings because we ask for meat.
Please excuse them. This is my fault. They never had a chance to entertain half elves and half elves before. So they
Ah.
asked me if you guys are non-meat eaters, and I thought it would be quite humorous.
Galvuk, you were also given a slightly smaller salad with what appears to be a large stone placed decoratively and gently in the middle.
I believe
I kind of
Galbuck.
scoff at it, and I look at it. I was like, "Was this really necessary?"
Is this proper dwarven etiquette? I thought that a hardy stone is a symbol of honor and hard work.
I have not heard of such. Have I heard of such?
Oh.
You have not.
Okay.
Well, I do apologize on behalf of my staff. Etiquette is very important.
Fair enough.
I kind of like nod as I keep like chewing with my mouth slightly open.
The staff that is remaining standing does actually. Vesrin, you specifically notice the staff that's still standing around kind of exchange glances and kind of give a look at Affy's behavior.
Vesperin gives a smirk.
Galvuk, you would also notice.
I give
based
it
off
a
past
nice
perception.
give it a little I don't know, gesture of like funniness. I got
Steiner's gonna have fun with you, Affy. What?
And then I kind of smile like, who's that?
Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway, I stand up to let out a toast for a mission well done, for a threat vanquished, and for forging ever stronger bonds, and through growing our strength. And a toast to the waitstaff for being so perfect as always.
Cheers.
No, toast to that.
Fee, are you drinking the wine?
Who?
Affy.
Yes, I do drink the wine.
I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, it's a somewhat drier wine, but it does taste very good.
Alright, proof confirmed. Affy's a wino.
You've already
And-
known that. Also, before I say this is the good stuff, pass my compliments over to your whiner. Whiner, I think.
I'll let my pops know, thanks.
Does your dad grow this stuff?
He has expensive tastes.
Mm.
And believe me, he can drink.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink of the wine.
Galthuk, it's not exactly to your taste. It's not bitter or weedy enough. But it's not bad, and it has alcohol in it.
So where did the ale go?
It's on the cart. I assume. So are we
Is there
still
any-
are we still at the dinner or?
That is what I was about to ask. Is there anything else you all would like to discuss at the dinner, or would you like to depart and go somewhere else within the manor?
Vesperin has eaten his fill at this point and has the Thanksgiving like happy face, the full belly.
Oh man. Kind of look over there at Vesper and Forte. I'm like, we have seen some odd stuff. Wonder how they're gonna take it. Capital. when we report this.
They're probably gonna ignore us and be like, "Oh no, that's not real."
Leave that to me. I'll be meeting with the with some of the generals and the Pope when giving off my mission brief. And you guys have a day with Steiner tomorrow.
Who's Steiner?
He's the head. He's the head butler and a good personal friend of mine.
Hey,
I figure while I'm off doing that, he can help you get accustomed.
Tanner basically helped raise you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Any particular things that we're going to be doing tomorrow?
I mean, I'm going to have to give my mission debriefing. But other than that, we have a day to ourselves. Come to our senses.
Sounds wonderful.
Do we get paid for this job?
Of course.
Would we be able to spend said money tomorrow?
Of course. It's your money. You earned it.
I have a few items I wish to seek.
I
This
will
will be
summon
good.
you if requested, but I don't think that you are needed there. Don't worry, you will be compensated for.
anything else you all would like to discuss or do before heading to bed?
Are we going to the sauna?
I would
we going-
love to go do this, Anna.
It's good after a nice meal. Get to sweat it all out. Get to relax before you head to bed.
See me get goosebumps. Like, oh, I'm ready to get in there.
goosebumps.
Happy, Lou, are you coming?
I mean, I guess. I never thought I'd be peer pressured into going into a sauna, but here I am.
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
It sounds fun. I've never been to sauna before.
Well, good of them.
So, you all head towards the sauna.
Huh?
I'm putting on more appropriate music.
Do we go outside at any point to reach
Yes.
the sauna?
Yes, you would
Okay.
have to go through the snow for a little bit.
Okay. As we're walking out, like once we're a good distance away, I'm going to summon the cat to join us.
Of course, Edward.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, entering the sauna, it has already been prepared with a small fire in the center, boiling the water, which is letting steam go throughout the room. As soon as you enter, there's a feeling of heat and humidity, but also relaxation. It feels good immediately on your tired muscles from days of traveling in a cart and fighting for your lives.
What's everyone wearing?
That is a good question. What has everyone put on?
I'll go last.
Just like
Um,
very light clothing.
Best friend's only got a towel around his waist.
Everybody sees my pecker.
Yes.
All right. Well, then, Galthuk, I'm going to need you to roll me a D10.
Wait, why?
Doesn't matter. I'm doing it. I don't care.
Oh
Yes!
my god. Oh
Yes!
my god.
You are all
Oh,
very
no.
impressed with this dwarf,
Fuck yeah!
and you're kind of wondering how it doesn't scrape up the end as he walks.
My friend, that is respectable.
JJ, what are you wearing?
You can't make
JJ?
this shit up.
Nat 10.
I shall be wearing my towel. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's okay. I mean, I know you're a big guy. It doesn't have to be big down there, man. Let's go.
Are we exchanging sizes at this point?
much-
Vestman looks
Please
ready to take the
don't.
towel off.
How much should I? What dice should I roll?
There are children here.
It's roll a d10 for me.
A respectable. Damn,
Acceptable.
Galbuck. As I am also just wearing nothing.
It's not as impressive as Galthux, but
So that's what
Forte's-
devotion does for you, huh?
Forte's muscles aren't the only thing that are large on him.
Okay, now the question is the temptation to ask if I can use my DM inspiration.
You cannot use a DM inspiration for this. You cannot get advantage on a length roll.
It's great. It's all cocks out.
Yep.
Here we go, baby. Hey, all right.
Acceptable.
Acceptable.
Not bad.
What the heck is going on?
I think we found the new pecking order.
It's a bird pun too.
Oh my god.
So double entendre, a whole new meaning.
Very nice, very nice.
If you are just kind of freeballing.
Hey, dicks out. This is how you get all the heat in. This is good.
It's the dwarven saying, rocks out, cocks out.
Definitely.
Do you say it?
Rocks out, cocks out, boys.
Huh.
And there are, in fact, a number of burning hot rocks in the center of the room to help with the steam.
That's a good saying. Affy? JJ?
Okay,
You gotta
Google.
let the steam in?
Oh, now you
Turn
want
off
me to
my
take my
lights.
dick out. Also, no. I'm not going to. Look, what if I accidentally burn it off? Then what am I going to do?
What?
That's not how this
What?
works, actually.
Wait, JJ, what are you wearing currently? You are kind of the biggest question here, considering your mask and such.
Oh, I am not. My mask is still on at the moment.
Are you wearing full clothing right now?
I am wearing my mask with the imagery of a body at the moment, with a towel wrapped around my waist.
As you all look at JJ, he almost looks kind of like a mannequin of sorts when you actually look at try and look at the details of his upper body.
It basically looks
Huh.
like a Ken doll.
Huh, nothing down there.
Well, he has a towel on.
Oh.
You sound so
Assumptions.
disappointed.
Trust me, if I got too comfortable, you'd be a little bit scared of what you see.
Oh, that sounds like I gotta raise up the heat. As I put more of the hot rocks.
At this point, I'm like, here, I'll give you a bit of a hand, and I instruct Cinder to go sit in the flame. Extended.
Before you even can, you notice Cinder is already curled up in it.
Perfect.
Do we have to make any saves to see the heat get to us?
You will once you sit down.
Well, I thought we were sitting. I sit down and relax.
The town
All right.
and a man spreading a bit.
Sounds about right.
Oh yeah.
I'd imagine
Let
there's
all
enough
the stress
room.
out.
I sit down trying to avoid heat stroke, basically.
All right. I need you all to make a Constitution check.
Do I have any sort of special thing since I have resistance to like fire and heat?
Yeah, I'd actually give you advantage on it.
Okay, sweet.
This is the good stuff. I feel it. I feel the warmth all over.
So it's only been about 10 minutes, and you guys are all already starting to feel decently hot. but none of you are feeling too heat stroked yet.
Is Affy not sitting down? Never mind.
Affy rolled a 7.
I go, what the fuck? It's getting pretty warm in here.
Hey, gotta let all the stress out, pal. After a long mission like that, all the near-death experiences. Ugh, dealing with that damn wizard. Ugh. Use a rest.
I need you all to make a
Agreed.
Constitution saving throw. As some more time passes.
I guess you're right. This is feeling kind of good.
Galfuck, you getting pretty used to the heat. Affy and JJ, though, you two are sweating buckets upon buckets. You may actually be providing more moisture to the room than the water that's already been put in.
JJ, Leroy, you sure you don't want to take off the towels? You're looking kind of warm.
Affy is entirely dressed. In light clothing, but is dressed.
If you sure you don't want to take some of that off? We're all friends here.
Oh, now you want me to strip? I kind of mumble. And then it's kind of like sigh really loud. It's like, I guess. I don't completely strip. You fucking perverts. But I kind of like sit there and like my medieval boxers or whatever they're called. I don't fucking know.
Come now. I believe Galsek said it best. Rocks out, cocks out.
Okay, have fun, I guess.
So,
It is at this point I proceed to think maybe I might be the first one to walk out after the next 10 minutes or so.
That being said, I actually need you to make another Constitution saving throw, Leroy.
Oh boy.
Okay, your disguise stays.
oh, this is the best part about a long mission, though. Just letting the warmth wash over you. After camping out in the brutal cold, this is just what we need.
Absolutely. I kind of lay my head back, kind of close my eyes a little bit.
I kind of look over at JJ and ask, do you want a bit of enhancement to help you take the heat a little bit better, my friend?
I just looked to Vestrid and questioned what the hell he's talking about. Like nothing audible, just a completely stumped face.
I'm asking if you want to be able to stay in here a little longer.
If you're challenging me to a contest, far be it from me to
No
deny
contest. No contest, sir. Just a simple work of nature.
It is at this point I become slightly fearful of his connotations. But I do not disagree.
I will give him a good old pat on the shoulder and cast Enhance ability.
Save it for the bedroom, you two.
Which version of enhance ability?
Bear's endurance.
Okay. So roll 2d6. JJ, you get 6 extra. You get 6 temporary hit points. Congrats.
Thank you. I will not pass out.
I need everyone to do a con check with, I guess, JJ now having advantage.
Check or save?
Save. But I'll give JJ the advantage anyways.
Oh,
Galthuk, as you lean back and rest a bit, suddenly you feel a slight burning on the back of your head, and you jump up from some pain. You do take one fire damage as you look to see that you had leaned on one of the pipes that was pumping water into the room.
Oh shit! Kind of move over a little bit.
Oh, no,
You
where
also
did you come from?
suddenly, from that burn, start feeling the heat much more.
Oh no, you okay?
Oh yeah. I'm fine. I just kind of touched this. And it's getting really hot
Get a
in here.
little
I should
too
probably make my way out a little bit.
Affy and Leroy, you also both feel a little bit dizzy at this point.
I'll probably
Yeah.
be calling it too.
And Forte, you are starting to feel the heat a good bit now.
I can't get too relaxed here. I
Oh,
still
come
gotta
on,
finish.
guys.
I still
It
gotta
feels
finish my work.
wonderful in here.
Yeah, stay as long as
At
you'd
this
like.
point, I stand up and get ready to walk out.
Yeah, I'll also tap out. I don't want to pass out in here.
I join as well. I need to finish writing my report, and I still need to fill out the identification papers for Leroy.
As you guys leave, you see that there is a small ice box with exactly 5 small glasses filled with a white liquid in them.
I take it and down.
What kind
I
of
take
white
it.
liquid?
I mean, looking at it, it's probably milk.
I take it, down it, and move to my bedroom.
How's it taste?
It tastes like milk.
I give a thumbs up.
Best friend's still chilling in the sauna.
I'd like to point out that I'm also that I did put on a towel around me. I'm holding my clothes and I'm just walking like that in the snow because that's good for your skin that way.
You're just walking with your boobs out.
And other stuff hanging and shriveling. Yeah,
I did say a towel.
Galthuk, are you staying in the sauna?
Well, hang on.
No, I'm taking.
If you're just
leaving
walking
right now.
around, look, if you're walking around with your bits out, but now it's in the cold, you have to re-roll again because it's not going to be the same number. It's going to be smaller at this point.
Roll me a d8.
I told you I'm wearing a towel.
I know, just yeah, you're right. No one would actually know what it changes to.
I'm not gonna walk around
Cold.
naked in my own house.
Why not? You pay the bills.
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't. And there's also the wait staff and everything.
It is at this point to fuck with Affy that I purposely turn the corner, use my mask, and walk away fully clothed. In the span of about 5 seconds.
Affy, as you turn to look at JJ, suddenly he is in full outfit again.
Mm-hmm.
It's also
Mm.
oddly refreshing as you each exit the actual building to go from that extreme heat to suddenly the extreme cold. It's a shock to the nerves, but a good one.
Can I make a snow angel?
You certainly can. As you all hear a about as loud as when Affy jumped off the second floor, you see
Memories.
JJ in the snow with an imprint that looks to be a decent bit bigger than he actually looks, as he is making a snow angel.
Ah, so much fun.
Best friend gets bored being alone with his thoughts and exits.
Alright. Are you all going to head towards bed?
So what
Sounds
is the
about
status
right
of
as I
the-
stretch and start walking towards the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
What were you asking, JJ?
What is the status of the ale at the moment?
I would say at this point the ale's pretty much ready. It's just still in the cart.
No, yes, you said the wait staff have taken the company.
Yeah, you don't know where the cart is currently.
Can I ask one of the maids where I can find ale?
We have wine, not really ale.
There was a barrel of it present in the cart, along with some of the other goods.
Oh, then that would likely be in the barn. We're taking care of your horse as well.
Would it be possible to have a mug sent to my room so I can go to the barn for a bit?
I don't see why not.
Thank you very much, miss.
A little bit later, you are given an ale with Yeah, a mug with your ale in it.
Wait, one?
What'd you say, JJ?
Only one?
You only asked for one mug.
Well, guess I'm having this one and going to the barn. Anyone who wants to join me, feel free.
You do know it would be a decent walk to get to the bar from where you are. You also
Yes.
don't really know the city at all here.
Is the bar not located on the premises?
We're in the
Why
private
would
manor,
there be a
like an hour
bar
away.
in the manor?
Am I still
Barn.
within the area? Like, or did I make it to my bed already?
I will allow that to be up to you.
Okay. I look back and I go, JJ. Right now, your paperwork's not done. Any trouble that causes can be caused against Forte and his family. I would suggest we hang here for the night. Tomorrow's another day. By then, we should have more information from Forte.
No problem, sir. No problem. Though it is at that point I will give him the glass to have his fun with.
And I accept it. Take a swig and start heading off to the room.
Okay. So, you all are settling down for bed. Forte doing his report. Is there anything anyone else would like to do before everyone heads to sleep?
Hmm.
Okay. Then, as you all drift off to sleep, the exhaustion of the day is finally hitting you as you are able to finally relax. To begin with, Galthuk, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Galthuk, nothing happens.
All right.
Vesvin, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Are we getting poisoned in our sleep?
Vesvin, as you drift off to sleep, in your dreams, you see yourself standing in what appears to be an open field. But instead of the usual grass and plants and snow that you're used to now, all around you is nothing but flames. Off in the distance, you see mountains, volcanoes, lava flowing. And from behind you, you hear a mighty roar. As you turn around, you see a dragon of impossible size, pitch black colored, with lava seeming to flow through its veins and cracks along its body. Piercing obsidian eyes staring forward. You know almost
In the-
immediately that this creature is beyond ancient.
I, in absolute awe of this beast, give it my mightiest roar as a sign of respect.
The creature appears not to notice you as it flies overhead. And in a flash, you see something fall from it, landing right in front of you. It appears to be a giant obsidian scale of sorts, glowing with a similar energy, almost seeming like the portals that you noticed before.
I What is how big is this scale?
It is literally your size.
I gently place my hand against it.
As you do, in a flash, it seems to form, shrinking down into a blackened obsidian shield of sorts, glowing with power and energy. And suddenly, you awaken, morning having come. But before that, JJ, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh,
JJ, as you sit in slumber, your mind flashes back. As you sit in a darkened corner, you look down at your hands, not disguised entirely your usual self, and you see blood covering it. You taste in your mouth the flavor of iron and nickel and meat. And you hear whispering in your ear, "Yes, feed my child." As all around you, the room begins to change, 1,000 eyes opening as you stare down in horror at a mutilated corpse. You awaken in a cold sweat. Night.
Did I recognize the corpse?
Oh, you did. You know exactly who it is. It was a person who tortured you for years. Affy,
Mhm.
I need you to make a wisdom save. Affy,
Mhm.
as you sleep, you suddenly find yourself in an odd room. A number of what looks to be instruments of all sorts surrounding you. And you hear a voice, one that you actually do recognize as being Pope Stapperlin, his back facing what appears to be a covered mirror.
Wait, who's the person talking?
Pope Stapperlin.
Oh, the Pope dude?
You hear him go, "And you're sure these will work?" As he whips the cover off the mirror, you see what appears to be a man or an elf of sorts, chained in some red bricked room on the other side of the mirror. You see a number of scars and cuts on his disheveled form. You can see muscles, but it almost looks as if he hasn't eaten in months or years. His hair flowing long and red, almost like fire itself. As you see him, you feel a burning at your hip, only to touch the sword that you had taken from your house before leaving. It will work.
Do I recognize this man or elf?
You do not.
Do not.
Pope Stapperlin looks and says, "And you will get your price. The deal has been made after all. I would have preferred my freedom. Yes, I'm sure you would have. But, well, I can't exactly make that deal now, can I? Instead, you'll have a different prize of your choosing. As long as these work." And he holds up a small symbol, a pin similar to the one that you all got when you were given your identifications. Well, Dealmaker, till we next meet. And as he whips around, walking out, the emancipated man in the mirror slowly tilts his head up. You can see under the hair a grin, a broken nose, and then 2 empty sockets where his eyes would be. But somehow, you know, he's looking right at you. And with a start, you wake, your leg burning in horrible pain as you kick the sword that you had stolen out of your bed. It glowing red hot. You see the morning sun begin to rise. And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
Is that foreshadowing?
Yes, it is.
Only if you remember it.
I mean, I'm gonna remember mine.
I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's session.
Yes.
I'm still sleeping.
Yeah, you had to fucking roll on that 20, didn't you?
I didn't get a dream.
No, you did not.
And or I am still not sleeping. I stayed up all night doing my homework. There you
I appreciate everybody showing up tonight, hanging out here on YouTube, watching the video. Greatly appreciate you being here, hanging out with us, seeing our table. You can catch me live GMing on Saturdays, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to give a great thank you to Doc for running these campaigns. It's an amazing thing to have somebody else that can convey words the way that he does. I enjoy it. I enjoy every week that we get to show up here. And every week that we get to hang out with you guys, letting you hear the stories unfold. It's amazing. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Don't forget to check out the links down below if you want to help support the channel. Appreciate it big time. Take care. Oh, also want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters, Louis B, Overwatch Scrub Club, Ted, and recently Mischief Maker Top Biddies. Czar Andrew. You've been killing me so many times, and I appreciate it. Every one of those deaths, you're one step closer to this channel becoming more and more, I guess, yeah, of a solid standpoint. Structured, so thank you again. Your time, your effort, always greatly appreciated.